Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn SUMIFS and COUNTIFS functions. Let's look at how we can calculate those functions. So starting from this format, you can see the name, gender and the age and the quantity of this worksheet. So using the COUNTIF functions, let's see how we can calculate. For example, in this exercise, we need to find the name equal to Jake and the gender should be equal to male and the age should be equal to 35. Let's see how many number of Jake and the age equal to 35 in this worksheet. So here you need to get the count function using the if COUNTIF. So let's look at how we can give that type of condition starting from equal and count if s, because we have 3 conditions. One is name and the gender and the age. So those type of conditions we only need to use count if s, not only count if. We are using, last time in my previous video I have shown you how you can calculate count if functions, but today if the condition is more than 2, you need to use this count if s. So using the count if s, you open the bracket, then you can see the screen tooltip. It's asked to give the criteria range and the criteria. So my first criteria range, I need to find the name. So I'll just highlight the name range and give the comma. And what is your criteria? So my criteria is Jake, or else you can type the name Jake. Then put another comma. Your second criteria range, it's asked to highlight. So my second criteria range is gender. So highlight the gender area here. Then your criteria or second criteria range you highlight like this. I'll give it from the beginning. Using the equal count if s, open bracket. My first criteria range is this one. First criteria range, put a comma, and my criteria is name. So I highlight the Jake because I need to find the count of the name equal to Jake. So second criteria, comma, my second criteria is the gender. So I have to highlight the gender area like this and put a comma. My second criteria is the gender equal to male. Then comma, what is your next criteria range? It's age. So I must highlight the age, comma, and age should be equal to 35. Let's see the count of the age equal to 35. How many people? People means the name should be equal to Jake. So equal, enter. So you can see number of 2 persons. Let's see. The name equal to Jake, I have 1, and the age is equal to 35 and gender male, right? Again another Jake is here, male, and the age is equal to 35. So I have only 2 numbers. That is how you can give the number of count that you can use using this count if s condition. So I have 2 number of people. 2 number of the same people have the age equal to 35. Count if. So that is how you can give the count function. Okay. Then let's look at the another condition, sum if s. So the same way, I'll give you how you can use the criteria for this. Find the total quantity of Jake and the gender should be equal to male. So this time I need to get the total quantity. So I have my total quantity in this worksheet. the last column is quantity, and the name and the gender I have already given in this worksheet. So I need to calculate the count function. So let's look at, I can apply the same name here. Name is equal to J-co, gender equal to male. So in my previous COUNTIF function, I got using the count the number of 2, J 2 times. So if I change the name here, let's say by changing Lisa, so I must give the age equal to 35. Lisa, right? Just change the name here, right? Lisa, and the gender I can change female, right? You can see using the COUNTIF I have only one gender, Lisa. The name called Lisa only once. Lisa female one. Likewise, you can change and give your add-ins. Right? If you change the name, say Joshua, it will give 0 because the age is not equal to 35 and the gender is not equal to male. So, likewise, you can change the criteria later. So let's look at this SUMIFS function next. So here I need to calculate the total quantity of Jake, and gender should be equal to male. So here I've already given the name Jake and the gender equal to male. So I need to calculate the total quantity. So the same way using the equal and sum, if S open bracket. So tooltip is asked to highlight the sum range. So my sum range is here. Highlight this quantity and give comma. It's asked to highlight then the criteria range. So my criteria is represented in the name, right? Then put a comma. So it's asked to give the criteria 1. What is your first criteria? It's the name. So I'm using the same name here. Check comma. Right. Now here you have already given highlight the sum range, already highlight the criteria range, and criteria already you given mark as Jake, and your criteria range 2. What is your criteria range 2? It's gender. So you need to highlight the gender area here like this, then give comma. So what is your criteria range 2? It's gender. So I'm going to highlight this male, then close bracket. You can give the result as 131.2. Let's look at is it correct. Total quantity of Jake and gender equal to male. So you need to get the total of Jake. The Jake is here this way. Quantity 65.4. Another Jake this here, right? So you need to calculate 65.8 plus 65.4 and the gender is equal to male. You can get the total of this 65.8 and 65.4. The total is given here 131.2. If you change the name, say female, and the name Joe. So you can get the total is 71.7. So likewise, you can give the number of conditions more than one using this S. Put the S to the end of the condition. COUNTIFS or SUMIFS. So I hope you have thorough with this session today. We will meet the same type of worksheet in my next video. Thank you for watching.